Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you. To begin with, can I get everybody to kind of mute your microphones a little bit so we can get rid of the background noise? And then if you have any questions throughout this, wave your hands or send us text or something just to kind of get our attention so we can kind of move along. I want to welcome you to the review of 2015 and the kickoff for 2016. To begin with here, I would like to share with you our popcorn sales for 2015. As you can see here, from 2004 to 2015, the difference in each district. In Cover Wagon in 2004 was gross sales of $217,779. In 2015, we were at $196,790. So as you can see, Pawnee was $232,130. 2015, we were $246,020. So we were up a little bit there. In Pawnee, we were, or Pony Express, excuse me. In 2004, we were at $101,337. We increased our sales to 2015 to $155,185. In the Buffalo Bill, we were in 2004 was at $262,743, and in 2015 we were tremendously down at $135,360. So you can see the big difference in the ratios of, in 2014 as a total district, we were at $813,989 in sales, and we were down to $733,355. So it's a big loss for the council, for the districts. So our product line for 2016 may change, as you can see here a little bit. We've got a guest speaker here tonight, so we'll have her a little bit later. Our 2016 timetable. June 1st, we would like a unit commitment card from each of the colonels returned back to the Council Service Center. And on June 25th, we're going to have our Popcorn University. And that's something a little bit different this year. Instead of doing it in August, we're going to do it in June and hopefully get a few more boys to help increase our sales. We're going to also do popcorn orientation for the colonels between August 15th and 18th. And we'll have a training for each district. So we'll have one in North Platte, one in Kearney, one in Grand Island, one in Hastings. We got it set right now for sales to start October 1st. I kind of talked to Dave a little bit to maybe back that up a little bit. He told me I had the go ahead, so we will probably start that Monday before. November 7th, our sales end, and then you have to have your orders into the council or the Trails In website, as we had in this last year, and into the service center by noon. November 18th is our popcorn pickup day, and the distribution sites will be later announced. Through December 5th, our scouts will deliver the popcorn and collect the money and hold their meetings to collect all the money and forms from their scouts. On December 6th, all units are money is to be sent to the council office for proceeds in one check. This year, we bumped our unit commission from 26% up to 28% of the gross price. However, you have the possibility to increase your sales or commission to 35% of the gross price if you meet all the criteria listed below. 1% commitment incentive. That's if you commit by June 1st and submit a unit calendar and budget plan by August 15th. A 1% unit growth in sales. Grow your sales by just $1 over what you sold in previous years. A 1% bonus in the units who submitted a post-dated check and payment of popcorn prior to popcorn pickup. And we did that last year, and I think it worked out pretty well. And the checks will not be cashed until December 6th or after. A 1% bonus for 80% of the June 30th membership sales of $300 per scout. The amount is needed to qualify to be shared with unit colonels. And then if you choose to take no prizes, then you get a 3% prize incentive. Any questions on that? Yes.
Is that each scout sells 300 or each
80% of your membership on June 30th, and they have to sell $300.
The question was $300 per scout, and Dave said yes, it's per your registration as of June 30th per your scout.
So you have 15 scouts, and whatever the 80% is, that number of kids has to sell $300. You can't average it, say a $600 and say a kid that sells 200, add that together and you get 2. No, you have to have 10 kids or whatever at that $300 mark.
Any new units that register this year to sign up to sell popcorn, the minimum for them to sell, it would be $2,000 for them to qualify for the 50% commission over and beyond the sales of last year. And we had a few troops that did this last year that went beyond what their previous year of sales were. And then I have one other question for some of you. Last year we went with the National Prize Company, and we've also been contacted by the Keller Prize Company, and I feel as the council colonel to continue with the National Boy Scouts Prize Company. I thought the prizes were well. I thought each of the colonels received them in a good amount of time, and I think the boys were pretty much satisfied with them. Do we have any questions?
Well, I understood that the BSA gift cards that came from what boys earned, not the $25 ones for the drawings, but the cards we got from the sales, that those were not, you couldn't spend those with the council. The kids could only spend them on the BSA side.
I don't need to answer that question.
Yeah.
The question that was asked is, we realized with the BSA gift cards that you can only spend them at a national shop or online with BSA. That is being changed by BSA. They've already addressed that issue, and they are changing that for next year.
And if you guys want me to, I can kind of flip through some of the prizes that Keller offers. This is the patch that they will offer for.
That's from Trails End, actually.
Yeah. That will be the one that we get from Trails End. But these are some of the prizes that are from Keller. This will be the bonus prize. Do you know what the bonus prize is from BSA? And that just kind of breaks it down to what it costs council per each prize. So how does everybody feel about just sticking with BSA?
The,
Will it be more Boy Scout, private op, or the old
on the BSA, they haven't quite finished it. They're adding some Star Wars stuff and some other things. Philip hasn't finished it. But let me tell you this, if you have a problem with a prize, the BSA is usually more efficient to deal with and guarantees their prize is 100%. Plus this year, they will have a link on the Trails End site, I have been told, so that you can go order your popcorn and then click another link and go right to order your prizes. They're working on that at Trails End. And so hopefully it becomes a one-stop shop where you can go on to your popcorn order, press the button, and go right to the BSA prize order.
Like you saying, last year's prize was more here for the
That, I don't know for sure if that's going to change. Our sales force is primarily Cub Scouts, unfortunately. But again, Philip will be here on the 25th of June to present the Boy Scout one.
Which is our Popcorn University. Any further questions, concerns? Okay, at this time, I want to turn it over to Melissa from Trails End. She is our new district rep. Welcome.
Thank you, Lori. I'm just going to get my presentation up here. Okay, like Lori said, my name is Melissa. My name is Melissa Hillpiper, and I am actually, I know you guys are used to your Trails End rep being out of Kansas City. I am actually Omaha, Nebraska. So I'm just a hop skipping away down I-80. So as I tell Dave, I can be here in 2 hours whenever you guys need. Hour and a half if I'm not following traffic. So.
And I've seen you 3 or 4 times already, which is 3 or 4 times more than in the past.
Yay!
Hey,
And I know your relationship with Trails End the last couple of years has been a little bit rocky. Just they didn't have good fit for what this position entailed. And we hope that we can change your perspective of Trails End. Like I said, I'm just down the road, so that makes it a little bit easier. So I'm very excited to be here. Like I said, I'm from Omaha. I am engaged to be married next year and have a stepdaughter and then a son, which they are 8 months apart. So if you can imagine my life, they argue all the time. And I have been with Trails End since December 1st. I come from a background of insurance sales for the past 16 years. I did internal wholesaling and external wholesaling. So pretty similar to what I'm doing now, just with some different products. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to go into everything we're going to offer for 2016 and some great changes that are coming down that are going to help you guys hit those bonus levels. Working together, being here as much as I can, working with Dave, working with Lisa, working with you guys and working with the volunteers and getting as many people out there excited about the sale. We want to get you guys back up to $1 million in sales. If we can do that, that will be awesome. And there's some tools this year that are going to help you guys do that. It's going to be some huge changes from what you're used to. But if we can get people excited behind them and embrace them, the sky's the limits for what you guys can do for your sales and for your programs with the Boy Scouts. So this presentation, it's called Cowboys and Aliens. That was our theme for our seminar last year. And it's kind of based on the old versus the new. Cowboys of what the traditional sale is and how we've done it for many years, and the aliens kind of coming in, and we're going to be swapping it up of what we can do to increase things. I'm going to go through these numbers really fast because these are from our national seminar that we had last week. So you can see top 20 central regions, Ozark Trails, which is in Springfield. I am learning a lot from them. They have actually they have really embraced their volunteer base. Oh, it's on automatic. That's nice to know. They have really embraced their volunteers, and they've formed a committee where they meet on a regular basis and they think outside the box. They've grown their sale in the last 6 years, 87%. So that's why I'm saying, you'll hear me say it many, many times, and you'll probably get sick of it. If we can get the volunteers behind what we need to do and get more of them, the sky is truly the limit. And it's just about motivating them. And I know that my job is to play a role in that, just because you have not had that support.
We're here doing this, so you can come down and watch this other one too. Okay.
Have that registration. You can
I don't know what they're talking about, but okay.
payments and add scouts. If you go to my council.
We'll go through these because these are the other regions. I want to get to our slides.
You need to tell somebody.
Hey, anyone that's on the line, if you can mute your computer or your phone line, that would be awesome. Okay, so you are going to hear me say a lot the 4 Ps of the 2016 sale. This is what we believe from Trails End perspective is the concrete to have a successful sale. It's the program, it's the product, it's the prizes, and it's how we promote the sale. Program-wise, I'm going to dive into how important a program is. I actually stand up here. A lot of the Trails Ends reps have sons that are in the Boy Scout program. I'm actually on the flip side, that I have a son that was really into Cub Scouts and he loved it, but his school had a very poor program. They only met once every quarter. And so he decided, when he looked at his opportunities, to give it up. And he's now 10 and he wants to get back into it. He sees what I do on a daily basis and we're looking to get him back in. We're unit shopping, that's for sure, in Omaha. But my son, he was a $2,000 seller and that unit lost it because he had nothing to do. He was bored out of his mind. There wasn't any meetings and he chose his other activities. So I'm going to dive into the program of how that could make or break not only your membership, but also your popcorn sale. So the program, people want to, the data that we have found, people want to support causes that they believe in. They want to support the teams. They want to support causes. They want to support dreams. They want to support something that believe are going to give the children the future and the foundation that they need. Every pack troop is different, but we all share the same elements. We all have the packs with the pine word jewelry, the blue and gold, the arrow of light, and the troops with the merit badges, going through the ranks, summer camp, high adventure, everything like that. But besides that, what do the units want to accomplish? When they are looking at their kids, what do they want to do with those kids? Do they want to go take tours of museums? Do they want to do so many campouts? Do they want to do dinners together as friends? What do they want to do, and what is that going to cost that unit? We want them to dream big. We want these kids to fully embrace scouting. And the more that they have to do and the more fun they have, it's an activity they're not going to turn their back on because their friends are going to be there. They're going to be talking about all the fun they have, and that's going to give them the experiences that they're looking for. Like I said, the program is the key to a healthy and successful unit and council and to your cell. The bigger the program, the more fun the kids are going to have, and they are going to want to stay in scouting. If you're too late, we want to make sure that this is done up front. That's why we're putting this out there now. You have to plan now instead of when they are coming in August or September, because everything is going on. Back to school. How many meetings do you have for back to school when the kids are back there? You're going back for books. You're going back for activities. You're going back for curriculum night. Then it's back to school night for the scouts and things like that. It's just too late at that time to start planning what you want to do for the year. We encourage, if everybody in a unit sells $750 worth of popcorn, which I know that sounds a lot, but when we break it down, it's actually not that scary. It, on average, will fund the program completely for 1 full year. Nothing out of pocket from parents. We're not talking about maybe going to tour a fire station or a police station. This is with campouts and going camping with their friends, doing different activities, building rockets, things like that. So we really encourage every unit, and we want you guys to be the cheerleaders of this, to start their ideal year of scouting now. What dreams do they have? If they were Boy Scouts right now, what would you want to go do? What would you say would be your best time in scouting? Put those on paper, figure out what the cost is, and I can help you guys back into it of How much popcorn do we need to sell to do that, and how can we do it? So why have a great sale? Your scouts deserve a quality scouting experience. Like I said, my son was the one that he was not getting that, and he chose to give it up for his sporting events. And now it's something he's seeing other kids doing in good programs that he wants to get back into it. So it not only retains the kids, but it attracts more kids to your unit, which in turn is just going to be better for everybody. You can stop playing the check collector all year round. If we focus on the popcorn sale and doing it right and getting the kids and focusing on the program, it literally could be the only fundraiser you have to do all year, that you're not constantly going to family and friends of, you know, we want to pay for this scouting event. Popcorn sales provide scouting families with a simple, safe, effective, and completely risk-free fundraiser. The council is taking the risk for you. They are putting the supplies out there, from the order forms to purchasing the popcorn. So it is, you are not taking on the risk. You have your council's backing to help you to fund your programs. And it's just another way to ensure that your council has the financial stability to stay around. So what does ideal year of scouting look like? Based on the units that we've talked to that use it, it's proven. There's plans, there's presentations, and they're able to track their results. They have been able to increase their program and their sales just by having a goal. If any of you are on social media, you might see the memes that are out there of the more you write down the goal or more people you tell your goal to, the more likely it is that you're going to achieve that goal. It's the same thing with scouting. If you're approaching your parents and your scouts and you don't have a plan, they don't have the buy-in on why they should do it. So just want to make sure that they are educated on what they're going to get out of scouting for 2016. Ideal year of scouting should include a plan. It should include your budget. It should include your goals, communication of how you're going to get there, go out there and earn the money, and then the fun part, spend the money. Get out there and spend that money on the kids. Let them have their fun for the work they did. I'm going to go through these. This is online, and I can get the link out. It's on our website. This is a program planner where you can go in and you can fill in what your big dreams are, and you can even put the membership in there. You can put anything that is a normal fee for your unit. Put it all in there. It will break down for you what the cost of everything is, what the expenses are, how much budget you need, and how much popcorn you need to sell to 100% fulfill that need. So it is right out there. So when you start having your kickoffs and you're explaining to parents why we're doing the popcorn sale, you can have it in front of them of this is what we want to achieve and this is what your son's going to get out of it.
When it says total budget needed for the total popcorn sales goal, are you basing that on the 28% base commission? You know?
This is, you go on top, unit commission potential.
Got it. Thank you.
So you go in and you can fill in what, and if you want to keep it at the 28% and then be happily surprised at the end when you get more commission, I mean, under promise, over deliver. You can put just the 28% in there and they can see, you know, it breaks it down. And we also have the ability, we can, if you come to me and say, okay, I want every scout to hit $600, I can say, okay, give every parent A, B, C, and D, give them kits and say, go sell this. If you sell everything in this box, you hit your $600 and you're fully funded for 2016. So there's a variety of ways that we can do it. It's thinking outside the box a little bit from the traditional sale and the show and sales, but it's just different ways that you can show the parents how easy it can be. Because once you break it down, $600 in product or whatever you decide is actually, it's not a lot. And if they're out there going door to door, it goes in a hurry. Setting the goal, this is just another worksheet. You can go in there and put what you want to do. And this will break it down. Like this one says scout goal of $341 per scout, what the average is, and then how many containers that they need to sell. So if you don't want to build a kit of sell all of this, you can say, okay, for everyone to achieve their goal this year, everyone needs to sell 20 products. And that's taking it off the average. The product, Trails End, this will be our 35th year sponsoring, working with the Boy Scouts of America. We have so far raised over $4 billion to give back to scouting. We are the highest return to scouting of any fundraiser out there. On average, 73 cents of every dollar goes directly back to local scouting. It is not bypassing anywhere else. It is coming straight to you guys and your council. Little bit of history. It was started by the Weaver family. We were not started to sell Boy Scout popcorn. We are a national popcorn company that does some national brands that you see in Walmart, Target, across the United States, and movie theaters everywhere. They were approached in 1980 by a council in Indiana, and they could not figure out what they wanted to do for fundraising. And it came down to either sell popcorn with the Weaver family or sell white gym socks. Those were the two options. So they voted and popcorn won. I don't know what would have happened if gym socks would have won, because to me that's weird and creepy. So they decided to sell the popcorn, and 35 years later, that is where we are at. So 2016 product mix, and this is why Dave touched on a little bit that your lineup may change a little bit. So we, right now, there's going to be, you guys have the online sales now, but how you know the online world is completely going to change for 2016. You will hear me reference a lot the traditional sale versus the online sale. And I'm going to go through those reasons now. So this is the ready-to-eat product lineup for the traditional sales. These are the ones that you can sell door to door. You can take into the show and sell, show and deliver, whatever your units are doing. So nothing has changed from last year. We did take out once. We took out the triple chocolate delight, gone. We still have the chocolatey caramel crunch. It wasn't selling. It just was not one of the favorites out there. But everything else is the same. The premium caramel with the nuts, white cheddar, jalapeno cheddar, the pretzels is there, chocolatey caramel crunch. We will have, there's tins available if you want to choose for the pretzels and the chocolate. I don't think you guys did that. You just did the Husker one. And the only brand new product to the traditional sale this year is trail mix. A little bit different. Microwave will still be there. There's still the 3 flavors. There's kettle, unbelievably butter, and the butter light. My suggestion, I know a lot of councils and units do sell all 3. We are finding through research that microwave popcorn is kind of a dying breed. People are finding new ways to do popping corn and things like that. But we've learned that if kettle corn and butter light's not there, they buy the unbelievably butter if they are true microwave. So if you want to simplify your sale and keep the microwave, you can look at doing all 3, but if you want to simplify it to make your product line easier, you can do 1. So just something to think about. And Dave and I are going to talk about that through the next couple weeks. Collections, we will still have the chocolate lovers. It will only be available in a tin, and that's where we're going to put your Husker tin this year for 2016. I was able to work with the company. I was afraid in talking with councils that the tin would be the same as it was in 2015. And I don't think that's the best way to go, because if someone bought it last year, what the heck do they want another tin for? I know people like to collect these things. So we did work with the company and we got a new Husker design this year for 2016. Just so you can promote it out there of this is the new 2016 tin, and people will tend to buy it if it's not the same one. The sweet and savory collection and the cheese lovers will be out there, but only available in a box. Prizes we talked to, there are going to be some things. I know you guys have the bonus on there for the 3% if you do not do the prizes. Trails End are building off of some things that councils have tried last year that were really successful that we are going to offer your council from Trails End that will be free to the units. Things that to really encourage the kids and kind of put them in a competition with each other. I know my 10-year-old is pretty egocentric driven, that if you put him and his best friend Caleb in a competition, even if it's basketball in my living room, they're going to pretty much do what they can to win. So what we have, a couple of councils, Minneapolis was the one that came up with it. They came up with last year what was called the Peace Patch. And the theme was Minecraft. And if you have kids that play Minecraft, the pickaxe, I guess, is the be-all, end-all in Minecraft. You have to have that to do anything. I don't get the game, so I don't understand it. They took a patch and they broke it into pieces. And when you completed it, it made the pickaxe. So we are taking that idea. They grew their sale almost 70%, and a couple other councils did as well. What you'll see when I pull this up here, one of the components is online sales. Matt Levin, who is my boss, and he does Indiana, Minnesota, things like that. He had people coming up to him saying, my kid wanted the online patch. I have 5 cases of caramel corn in my garage, but since he wanted the patch, I just ordered another bag of caramel corn online. So these kids really wanted it. So it gave them a boost, and they were out there selling. So this year, I don't know if you guys heard, there's a cute little movie called Star Wars that came out, and there's going to be another one for 2016. So we are having the theme Star Wars this year for kids. So this is the piece patch that we will be offering. The middle is going to be the popcorn patch. So you can see it breaks into different sections. That is the patch that kids will get for selling popcorn. Now the components around it, they have to earn that. And it is going to change a little bit based on feedback that we heard. So the first component is military. As soon as they get 1 military donation, it does not matter if it's from online or from the traditional sale, they earn the military patch. Online, sell 1 line item. Go in, register your account, send out the link to family and friends the first time they get an online order. And this is where councils are seeing huge spikes in their revenue because the kids are sending it out to make sure that they get this patch. They get the online component. This is my favorite one of all because whoever thought they're seeing their collections go up. To get this one, they have to sell 1 of every item in your product line. So that's where you're seeing your cheese lovers, your chocolate one go up, and the sweet and savory because they want that patch, and you have to sell 1 of every collection and 1 of all the other bags to get that piece. This component is the one that's going to be changing. Right now we have it at a $650 level. Some of the councils have a lower club level, some have a higher one. We want everyone to get to $650 because we have shown that that's going to pretty much fund programs. That's why we had it at there. It's probably going to say club level or high seller or something like that. So you guys can determine where you want that. I know you said you have the 300 level. So if you want it at the 300 or you want it at 650 or 700, you guys can set. I want it at 650. I'm going to be honest.
It will be like, kind of like we did
Last year at that.
That's the bonus prize.
level, yeah, where the red gun scooter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's the bonus prize.
So you guys, if you want to keep it at 650, you can keep it at 650. So that completes the Death Star for them. Now the other component, everybody's is going to say popcorn on there. That little circle, that's on the patch. Now if they hit over 1,000, this is what I think is pretty cool. That thing that says top seller is a little gold pin to complete the Death Star. So if they want the whole thing, they have to sell over $1,000 to get that pin to really stand out. Like I said, especially 10-year-olds, they are the most competitive creatures on this planet. They want this patch. They're not going to be happy if the kid next to them has it and they don't. So like I said, that is something that Trails End is taking on and providing to the councils. It's saving councils a lot of money if we do it that way. Do you guys have any questions on that? Because that's pretty new. Do you guys like it? Awesome. So it just breaks it down. It's easier to just go through it. Scholarship information, that's still, we are working on this presentation. I don't have the video apparently. Are you guys all familiar with the scholarship program for the kids and what they get? Okay, good. So the prizes and rewards you guys talked about, you can use Keller, National, BSA prizes. It does not matter which one you choose. The information on the piece patch is going to be in all the information for the kids. It's also, we are working with our new technology, which I'm getting into, that it will be in the technology. It does not matter if you use Keller. It doesn't matter if you use Nationals. You also have your incentives and your awards that you guys have put into place. Okay, so promotion. We've talked about this a little bit. There's 4 different ways that you can get out there and sell, and I'm sure you are familiar with it. The show and deliver, the digital take order form, which is new this year. You guys, if you do not want to, will not have to use paper at all. I will get into that, into the technology piece of it. The show and sell, setting up in front of stores, and then the new technology to do the online sales. We are also going to have the unit sales kits, which Dave, the link got put out there today, that you can go in and start ordering family guides. You can also start going in and getting these sales kits. I'm going to go over what's in the sales kits to get people pumped up and everything that they need. You can also put out there, do the communication, do promotions as you go along to get people to reach the goal. Send out emails, even if you have a kid that hits, the first kid that hits 500, send out an email to their parents congratulating them, you know, who's next, and offer, you know, a pin or a badge or a candy bar or something to the next kid that gets to 500. Just different ways to keep it going out there and keep it in front of them. So this is what the theme will be this year, Adventures Inside. This is the sales kit that you can use with your units. So when you order the kits, it's going to come with the instruction sheet. It's going to come with a leader guidebook. It's going to come with the scout guidebook, 25 of them, a goal setting poster for the kids, business cards for online selling. This is going to be huge. Once I get to the online sales, you will understand why. The online sales is going to be a completely different product line. Nothing that's in the traditional sale will be available online. So the business cards are your opportunity and the kids' opportunity to say, if you love this product, go check out all the other ones we have online, and they will go and see 20 different products that were in front of them before. My Scout Adventure poster, a banner, military receipts, money collection envelopes, just everything that you need to get the sale started. There'll be some cute swag and stuff in there, but that's still to be determined. I think they're talking about these propeller things, which are fun for adults. I've learned, we had one in my house, and my fiance and best friend's husband played with it for 4 hours one night. So give it to whoever you want at that point in time. Well, they also, this is a funny story. We had just moved and they were playing with the thing going back and forth in the kitchen. It kept the kids entertained and the adults. And then the adults had a genius idea of, let's try to strap it to a power drill and see if we could get it to fly across the kitchen. So all of us women left at that point in time to not watch that. So just watch it when the adults are playing with it. So technology, this is what I'm excited about for 2016. The first time, I just started with Trails in December 1st. The first time I logged into the popcorn system, I went, did I just go back to 1992? It is an archaic system. It is not Java supported. It doesn't have the backing to be a good system right now. So we are completely revamping it. I know in the past, Trails In has said that there was going to be new systems. We put the money out there. We worked with a company. They just weren't delivering results that we wanted to put out. So we made the choice to back out and start over. So this year we wanted to get it right. Couple things that are coming down. Well, we're now on to aliens. So a couple of fun facts. This is all focused at millennial parents. That is the biggest group that is invested in scouting right now. And they have a completely different mindset when it comes to shopping for anything. They are doing all of their business, banking, shopping, bill pay, anything online. So that is what is focused at. So 87% of people today are internet users. I think that's kind of low. 95% of the teen population are internet users. And this is another reason we're building the technology for online sales, because we want to get those older scouts selling. We hear all the time from 15, 16-year-olds, I'm not cute anymore. I'm not going door to door. I'm not doing it. But they're on social media. They have their friends at high school, things like that, where they don't have to go door to door. Just go set up your social media site, get your link, send it out and sell away. We're making it easy for those kids to fund their scouting. Mobile, 64% of Americans have a smartphone. I also think that's low. And 43% of boys age 14 to 17 have a smartphone. That's why we're targeting them. E-commerce right now, $237 billion every year is sold online. And 80% of internet users say every year they buy something online. So it's a huge, huge market. And people are more likely to purchase something if it's going to back a cause. 62% of people, of millennials, say that they would purchase something if it was for a cause. So let's go through. Starting June 1st, there will be a new popcorn selling system. And we will provide as much training as we can. There will be videos, there'll be links, and there'll be yours truly helping you guys with the new popcorn system. It's going to be a single sign-on selling system, so any system you use within Trails End, you'll have one login. It's going to do inventory management for you guys. It's going to be mobile enabled, so you can use it on a tablet, you can use it on a smartphone, you can use it anything that's internet based. And less paper order forms. That is the goal. It's going to be easier for the councils. You are going to have real-time information, less manual accounting for everything. The orders are going to ladder up. So as soon as a unit puts in their order, everybody will be able to see it. You will not have to wait for a piece of paper. So if we can get people behind this, less headaches for everyone around. And once again, it's still mobile enabled. Just a couple of screenshots of what it's going to look like. Take order form. This is where I'm saying you're not going to have to use paper. Anybody can put the order form. You will sign up and you will have a link sent to you to have your order form on an app, on any tablet, iPad, cell phone, smartphone, anything that you want to use. So you can go ahead and customize it for the council. It goes on to the scouts' phones. They can go up, they can still have their paper and say, here's what's available in 2016. And they say, great, give me the caramel corn, give me a cheese lovers. They can go in, touch it on the screen, done. We're also putting in there, I know some councils used the Square payment system last year where you swipe the credit card. We have decided to change to PayPal as our vendor. The reason for that is kids will be able and parents will be able to take payments from this app right away. You will not have to go back to collect money if you don't want to. The reason we chose PayPal, that you can enter the credit card information 3 ways. You can still have the reader and scan it. You can take a picture of the credit card, all of it's secured, or you can manually type it in. So you do not need any special equipment to take credit cards. This can be used as a take order form. It can be used as your show and sales. It can be used anywhere. So you will be able to take credit cards anywhere you are selling Trails End popcorn now. Any questions on that? It's right at where Square was. I think it's actually a little bit better. That's what we went to because they base it off of volume and things like that. I'll get that information for you.
And then where does that money deposit to? Because, my husband and I have to pay out now too. That money deposits into our account. So how does that set up? I mean, is each individual per troop going to need to set up one? The parents are going to have to set up one individual? Or Trails End is going to set up this account for the unit, and then a check will be cut to?
Yes. So PayPal accounts will be set up once the council sets this in. Once you go into the app, it will know where to send it. You will not have to worry about that.
So it won't be a check with our incentive to pre-write that check and have those funds available quicker. So is that a deposit? Like, it's going to go into our account with Trails End, and then how's Trails End going to get that money to us?
They'll send it back to the council, and then it'll be distributed to the units.
And then do a check.
Yep. And just so you know, all the payments are PCI compliant, so it's 100% secure. People do not need to worry about credit card information. It is 100% secure. Online fundraising. This is where we're going to change the show this year. Right now, the online system you go in, it's not user friendly. It's hard to navigate through. We are if anyone has used a GoFundMe page, we kind of took a screenshot of one. Our new system will look very similar to this. The scouts will be able to go in, put a picture of themselves, put several pictures, put what their goal is, and it will even have a flag that raises as they sell. And they can put in what their goals are. I want to go to camp. I want to do whatever high adventure they want to do. Whatever they want to do, they can list their goals. And then it's going to kind of switch to an Amazon feel where it's going to recommend products down here, like the top 3 that are selling across the United States. And then it'll also have a button that says support John, and they can go in and look at everything. It provides them a link that can be put on, parents can post it on any social media. It can be emailed out. You can get it to people in numerous ways. So this is what it will look like. They can personalize their story, like I said, and then this is the flag that'll go up and down as they're hitting their products. It will then, and this is what I like. We want to train the kids when they are selling this popcorn to not ask people, would they like to buy popcorn? A $25 bag of popcorn is expensive. We all know that. We kind of reference it back. If you're watching PBS is the best one I can say, that if you're watching and they're like, donate to PBS if you like this show to keep it going, and we'll send you a Frank Sinatra CD. You're not sending in that donation for the CD. You can go and get it at Walmart for probably $1, $5, whatever. You're supporting the cause. So one of the biggest things, and we put it online, is to put on their support. You are supporting this child's scouting adventure. So instead of purchase, everything will say support. You can put any stories in there. They can put videos of them scouting, whatever they want to personalize their page. Promotion. This is where we want to make sure, I said, we want to get in front of many volunteers as we can. June 25th, as Lori said, is when we're looking at doing the kickoff, where I will go over all this information again with anybody who is there, that we want to make sure that we are getting in front of people, giving them the best practices, giving them the why of why we are doing this sale and what is in it for them, so they can get motivated, they can get excited, and they want to go out there and do this for you guys, for the boys, for scouting. So the kickoff, we want to make sure, and I'll be working with everyone, we want to make it fun and exciting. We want to make sure we're educating the parents and the scouts. We want to teach the scouts this is their way to earn their own way, per scout and the unit goal. This is how you can make your own dreams come true. Funding your ideal scout, zero out of pocket for parents. What parents would not like that? Throw your kid in an activity and you have to pay nothing. Time savings, it's one fundraiser a year. If you guys can hit that goal, you have to do nothing else after this sale. I have the scholarship program, so down the line kids can get a higher education. We have the healthier products. It's kosher and it has the zero trans fat, everything like that. And also go over the incentives that they can earn. Any questions? So online, like I said, online is going to be a completely different product line than what you can see in the traditional. Some of the product flavors may be the same, but it's going to be a larger quantity. It's either going to be a bigger bag of popcorn or it's going to be a larger box of the microwave. So nothing will be the same. I have in the back, when you guys leave, some goodies that you can take your scouts. There's some flashlights and some Frisbees back there, but I also have bags of our newest flavor that's going to be online. It's sea salt caramel. It is amazing. It is my ultimate favorite. So you will forget about your Triple chocolate in a heartbeat. The other one that's going to be online with that is the sea salt caramel dipped in dark chocolate. See, I won you over. Okay, so we made sure with this, especially with the chocolate products, that they're indulgent. There's different levels of chocolate. You can go and get your Hershey bar at the store. You can go all the way up to Godiva. The products that we are putting online is a premium chocolate. It is the level under Godiva. So it is very indulgent, the same with the caramels, but not only is there going to be popcorn, there's going to be nuts, there's going to be chocolate items like turtles, chocolate caramel items, turtles, fudge, things like that. We are also diving into the coffee market because it's a $20 billion sale. We will have ground coffee and K-cups online. And the reason behind that, I was telling Lori, you know, when we're talking to people and getting data, more than likely when you're in front of a Walmart or a Target, they're going to say, okay, give me a bag of popcorn, and they're going to go on their way. If you can get them online, the average sale online is around $66, where when in the traditional sale, it's $22. So you can make more bang for your buck and do nothing. Really, you got to get the link out there. That's all you have to do. An hour of your time to set up the page, register the page, and email out the link to everybody you know. You're done. The council doesn't have to hold product. You guys don't have to go out and deliver product because it's shipped directly to the client's home. And if they spend, we're going to do a promotion that if they buy 3 items, which normally adds up to $75, they get free shipping. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You ladies are loving that back there. It's a no-brainer to increase your sale. I said I want to get you guys to $1 million. I firmly believe that online is your way to do that, and it's a lot less work. If you guys can blast out your links everywhere, it's easy peasy. I mean, everybody I know, my family's all in Omaha, but just through work and other adventures in life, I know people all over the country that when my son does fundraisers, if it's something traditional, they can't buy because they're not here. His grandma's in Indiana. But if I send a link to her that she can buy something and it's shipped to her house, guarantee she participates in it. So it's just another way to get more people involved. But please take some bags of the sea salt caramel home. It is absolutely amazing. I gave one to my mom and she keeps asking when the rest is coming to her house. So it is amazing. Any questions, any concerns, any comments, anything that you're thinking, anything scary?
The online product, is that product going to change now? Like,
No, it will change. I believe it's switching over June or July. So the products are not out there yet.
isn't it August that the online sales count towards your
Yes.
fall sale?
Mhm. August.
Anything from August 1st on?
Will go. And it's also a way that during the year, I mean, you can send that link out every other month, the sale will be over. I've talked to many councils of do a Cyber Monday, send an email out to all your friends that says Cyber Monday. Hey, the popcorn sale is over. Are you out of popcorn? Go check out online. Towards Christmas, need some Christmas ideas? Support Johnny's scouting adventure. You can send that link out as many times as you want throughout the year and get more revenue for your council and for your units and for the scouts. So it's just another way to just simplify everything for you guys and not have to do 50 million fundraisers. Any other questions? Anyone online or on the phone have questions?
Yes, they did ask for you to look at that rate for PayPal.
I do not have it. I will have to ask corporate tomorrow and then I will be able to send it out. Any other questions?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Okay. Just wondering, we have a committee, I guess, that isn't very excited about the popcorn and is struggling with thoughts of doing anything new. We're kind of old school.
Okay.
What are some things that I can do as a popcorn kernel to help them, get more excited? They didn't even want to do a kickoff,
Okay.
but I talked them into it. I just need help, I guess, on that area, especially with the online. I've got a couple of den leaders that are totally against online stuff with kids.
So first, start me out with what is their concern with selling popcorn? What is the why behind why they don't want to do it?
They want to sell the popcorn.
Okay.
The problem is that they, I guess from last year, since I was brand new, it was a little bit harder, your first time doing it. But the second thing was that a lot of times the links weren't working at first, and so there were some problems with technology. But my main concern is if you're going online, I need to have some good understanding of that, so that, because a lot of the kids, the den leaders are like, don't post anything online. That's terrible. That's not how you should do it. You should be out there selling. That's their.
And that's understandable. And the online is going to be huge. And I think that it can grow sell anywhere. But if you firmly have a den leader that's against it, we would rather them stick with what they know and have a good sale. So if it's something and I can help, and we have lots of resources, if it's someone that you feel that I need to talk to or we need to get in front of, I'm more than happy to do that, to explain what the changes are, what the products are, and just the why. I mean, there were some hiccups last year. I know that there was some seam issues with some bags in the online system. That's why all this technology is being put in place. We recognize that it was too difficult. So I would go back to those people and say that, you went to this fabulous meeting, you met your new rep, that we're making it easier this year, and we would love to put it in front of them because it truly can fund their program and we can start to get them excited. But just start diagnosing I mean, if the issues, the technology issues and things like that are the firm reason, we can start addressing those, but also just start getting them fired up now, and not waiting until closer to the sale.
Okay, because it's most of my den leaders, if not all of
Okay.
them.
Dave's coming up here. I think Dave wants to.
Yeah, I want to interject here. That's why we put that timeline in front of you guys, to some key dates to get those den leaders to some of those sessions, particularly the Popcorn University. And I can't stress enough those popcorn orientations that are going to happen in August, to get your people there so that we can explain this, because we're going to take this and we're going to even make it more simpler
Yes.
for those orientations. And please use us, contact Lori. We'd be happy to come out to your unit and address it with your unit. Work with your district popcorn kernel. Each district has a popcorn kernel. Have them come in and meet with your units and help your units. And that's why we've started this process a lot earlier. In prior years, we didn't start any of this until August. We want to start this now to help work with your units, to prepare your units, to alleviate those fears that those den leaders have. And so we're here to work with you, to help you, because we believe that you deserve the best possible popcorn program to fund your program in your units.
And like Dave said, we have to use the resources that are there. Dave is there, Lisa is there. If you have a unit that you firmly believe doesn't understand what Trails End is, give me a call, give the council a call, or they can find me. If it's a date that works, I can come out and talk to that unit. I'm available on the phone. I can webinar. I am here to be in front of those units as well for you guys to be able to promote this and make it successful. And the more that they hear it, I mean, they may hear it from you guys all the time, but seeing a fresh face coming in saying, hey guys, this is what I'm doing every day, and this is what I did down the street in Lincoln, or this is what we did down the street in Kansas City, they may be more open to it. And there's not another fundraiser out there that the council is taking the risk for your units. Any other fundraiser you're doing out there, you're taking some risk for your unit. And so, like Dave said, just have to get them excited, and that's why it's starting earlier. We had someone in the room ask to bring the piece patch up, so I brought it back up. Did you have questions? You just wanted a picture? Okay. This will be on all the material as well, so you'll have it. It'll be an updated one of the things that we're changing. But this is another thing. You show this to your den leaders of how you're trying to encourage kids. It's not only earn their own way, you gave them a goal, and this is their goal and to complete. So a lot of things this year that are working. Anything you want to add?
I can't stress enough the program and planning.
Yes.
And when we see surveys come back from kids that leave the program, it's because they're not engaged and the program was lacking. I think if you, in your packs and troops, plan a great program and then communicate that to your parents, you will see the success, but you got to have some program. You just can't have them out there raising money and not have a program. You got to have program.
You have to spend the money.
Yeah, and those unit packets, we will provide those unit kickoff kits. We provide those. That's a part of our council's cost to provide those for you to have a successful sale. So that's a part of us as a council
awesome.
Investing, because we don't pass that cost on to you. We purchase those right up front.
Okay. That's all I have. I will stick around until everyone's gone in case any other questions come up. Before I leave, I want, once again, goodies in the back, but I want to thank Lori for her time for her presentation tonight, and also Dave for having me here. So a bag of our new coffee and a coffee mug. Put them in.
I have a question out in North Platte. North Platte has a question.
All right.
This video has been captured, I assume, and it will be available for other unit leaders to watch.
Yes, we have recorded this, and this will be on our website, but this is also going to be with some of minor tweaking as we go along, shown at Popcorn University and at the popcorn orientations that we're going to do. Our plan is, just so you know, the popcorn book, guidebook, will be available hopefully by 1st of April in the unit leaders' hands. And so that you can sign up and we'll have everything there for you. And again, this will be on our website. This is being recorded by our good friends here at UNK, and they will make that available for us. And we'll have it available. And Melissa is going to get used to traveling with me to attend all your presentations.
I will be at as many as I can, and Dave and Lisa both have my phone number and know where to stalk and hunt me down. And like I said, it's a 2-hour drive. It is not hard for me to get here, so I will be here a lot. Anything else?
No.
Thank you. Lori, do you have anything else before we sign
Any other
off?
questions?
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your time. We are going to make it a great year. We're going to get that number back up, and I'm excited to meet all of you and work with everybody. Have a good night.
Oh, man. Henry, we got coffee for the office.
You can never have enough. Take as many bags of the samples as you want.